Hey everyone, we are now very close to the next game update, and I wanted to make this video to discuss some of the things that I would like to see added or changed in World of Tanks console. As some of you know, I've been playing World of Warships recently, and this has given me a new perspective of tanks. From what I can see, Warships is a relatively young game, while Tanks, in its current format, is getting a little long in the tooth. Tanks feels like it's in need of an update that will bring it up to date, and the only reason I say that is because I have been playing Warships, like I've said, and I've seen what Wargaming have done in that game. My Is the Game in Decline video solely focused on server numbers, and the definition of decline there was fewer numbers or fewer player numbers today compared to yesterday. While the game could be seen as growing from a numerical point of view, that doesn't take into account long-term player retention and keeping long-term players veterans, exactly, it's the specific example here, veterans of the game, keeping those people interested. Yes, there are those out there who will throw a keyboard warrior temper tantrum, say they'll quit the game if Wargaming doesn't meet their demands, and then go and spend money on gold anyway. I'm not talking about those people that get noticed in forums and comment sections or whatever. I'm talking about the fatigue that we see with true veterans that simply move on from the game because there's nothing keeping them around anymore. So, the question that I want to try and answer in this video is, the seasons bring in new players, but what could change to hold on to the veteran players and keep those guys interested, keep those players interested? What follows here this is my stab at answering this question. Alright, so straight away, I'm not going to start with what I want to see. I'm going to talk about what I think should be, well, it can't be removed now, it's already in the game, but something I don't want to see return. I think the worst thing that's happened to the game recently is the addition of easily earnable tier 9 and 10 tanks. Having tier 9 and 10 tanks that are earnable isn't the issue. The issue is that anyone at any level could do it. If this feature is to return, I would like to see it do so with the following condition. If you want to earn a tier 9 or 10, first, you must have a tech tree tier 9 or 10 in the garage. Playing your way up to that level means that hopefully, at the very least, you would know a little bit about the game and you'd have learned something about the game. Everyone likes to talk about pay to win, but I think that if you allow money to buy you a place at the highest level, all you're doing is paying for your team to lose. And I've realised this because I've been playing Warships, and going back in that game, I am new. I don't know what I'm doing. If you put me in a top tier battleship, I would not be of any benefit to my team because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to play them. I don't know what you should do. And more importantly, I don't know what you shouldn't do. And having someone like that on your team, that if you've spent the time earning your way all the way up to the top, and you have someone like me on your team who doesn't have a clue, I'm ruining your gaming experience. And that's only going to have negative impact, or that's only going to have a negative impact on the game, and the same thing applies to tanks. Quality should be the default state for the highest tier games. Alright, enough of that now. On to things I do want to see. I would like to see more players per match with a respawn system introduced. I think respawns would really change the feel of the game. Being one-banged is never nice, but if you had a respawn being one-banged wouldn't be the defining moment of that particular game. I'd like to see new game modes, based on points with multiple capture zones, similar to the traditional domination game mode that you see in first-person shooters or any other MMO. At the moment, all we have is cap 1 base or no cap kill all. I'd like to see a series of capture points that vary slightly to force you to temporarily play different areas of the map. No one capture point is the set focus of the game, so I think this could lead to a huge amount of game variety. Also, if the capture points weren't fixed, you have 3 capture points for example, if they varied, you would have different types of game depending on where they were located, so it's not always the same 3 capture points in the same locations. That's just an idea that I think that could change the game up a little bit, and I'd like to see that. I want to see ops that require players to go back and play tech tree tanks. One thing I was told about warships that struck me was never sell a ship. You never sell a ship because you may need it in the future to complete ops. I think that is a brilliant way of ensuring that there is more variety of tanks out there in the game. There are some tanks that are a one-time only vehicle, and you simply play them because you have to get to where you want to be, or you just have to go through it to get to the tier 10 that you want. I think it would be great if we had a system of ops that required a variety of tanks to be played in order to complete these ops. A little bit like the mercenary contracts, except with this you'd be progressing to a real vehicle or another reward within the game, and it's not just some made up nonsense. I'd also like to see a change to the commander system. Having skills that are specific to nations or specific types of vehicles would really mix things up, and I think this area of the game really does need to be mixed up or changed up. I would say this is true for almost everyone who plays tanks. For the majority of vehicles, your first 3 skills are Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms and Mentor. Almost every crew starts the same way, and after a while it does get rather dull. Next up, I would like to see smoke added. We've all seen it. Tanks not moving or not pushing up, because if they do, they will be spotted and smashed by hidden TDs or arty. Give certain vehicles smoke so they can assist the team with crossing open ground safely. Like El Alamein, for example, I think is notorious for this. You've got camping TDs way at the back, heavies push up to a ridge and they don't want to go any further because as soon as they go over the ridge, that's it, you're done for. If you had a medium or a light that could cut across the open, lay a smoke screen, you could push up and not have to worry about being spotted, and just that extra level of that extra mechanic could really change up the game. And I think that would, that's something I would like to see. Alright, last on my list of things I would like to see is more vehicle customization. Not only would this create a whole new look for the game, or a whole new look to the game when you're in the game, but it would also allow for tactical play, or more tactical play, with the True Vision game mode. Tiger 131 has custom foliage. Why not allow that for every vehicle? That's what they do with vehicles nowadays. They, and I know in the war you see pictures of tigers and panthers with all sorts of, they've just knocked a tree down and used every branch they could to camouflage the tank, and I'd love to see that. And you could assign real in-game concealment values to the type of customization that you put on your vehicle, so you could tweak your vehicle to best suit your playstyle. And I think that would be a really interesting way of changing the game up and getting people to just think a little bit more about how you set your vehicle up, rather than just going with the same first 3 skills. You go with the same equipment, you go with the same ammo every single time. Just all these little things that could be done to change things up and create conversation about what could work best and what doesn't. In a nutshell, I want to see a new vision for the future of this game. I want to log in and see a clear direction the game is going in that will keep me coming back. Now, I'm interested to hear what you guys want to see for the future, and with the Christmas holidays coming up, I want to give away a code for 3 days of premium time. Let me know what you want to see in the game below. I will pick at random from the comments section and announce the winner on Saturday, December 12th. As always, folks, I hope you're all still keeping safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.